In a world that is constantly being industrialized, it is important to maintain a partnership between natural systems and human products such as machines and technology. Heightened ethics, sensibility, and a greater awareness of a globalized community have made approaching architecture more than just an evaluation of simple formal, social, and programmatic needs. Architects today are endowed with a greater responsibility in recognizing the need for sustainable dynamics and understanding the importance of landscapes as a tool for social and economic growth. We agree with these articles, but feel that they are somewhat outdated in today's architectural field. We should expand upon ideas like sustainability and harmony with nature.
We must not burden the next generation with waste and environmental problems. By fixing our relationship with nature, we can make waste minimal and our involvement with nature beneficial and safe. We agree with the ideas presented in the handover principles. Coexisting in a healthy way was not really thought of in the modern movement. This goes against the top-down mindset that believed you could clear-cut an entire city with no negative effect. Hubeli's article, Post-Human Tectonics, A Geology of Power, focused on architecture interacting and coexisting with nature. He demonstrated that dams could support human life and could make energy. Most importantly, he wanted to create a dam that could support and interact with nature around it. These dams would provide homes for many different types of species, create safe objects of long-term value, and eliminate waste. This means creating buildings that do not require upkeep and that do not hurt the environment. An example of this is the Marceau Village project done by GA Collective in 2013. By using bags made from petroleum, it eliminated harmful waste and created a house that did not need much upkeep. Natural energy flows. Kietenmeyer expresses this idea in her article EDDS. She expands upon how one can use natural renewable materials. Another example of this idea is Energy Solar Decathlon in Irvine, California. Teams of engineers and architects from different colleges competed to create ecological housing. They were challenged to create operating, efficient homes that were solar powered. They were asked to make them affordable and efficient and also attractive from a design perspective. Understanding the limitations of design. This ties back to the principle 1, in that we must coexist with the environment. However, like the ideas of Mies van der Rohe and other modernists, we cannot have things without context. We must make things more adaptive and responsive to the environment. Mustavi and Leatherbrown's article on weathering the life of building in time supports that we must accept that design will erode over time. Sharing of knowledge. This idea relates to globalization and design intelligence. Both believe learning from others increases one's own knowledge. Shared information makes for richer projects.
Landscapes are distinct in their ability to communicate a space of coherent ideas and values. They consider culture, social tendencies, nature, artificiality, science, and technology, along with other ideas that can shape and define a space. Landscapes are often used in reconstruction and development. In landscapes, Kelly Shannon introduces the term landscape urbanism as a discourse that transcends conventional planning and urbanism. It is cross-disciplinary, consulting experts in fields of art and science. Especially in modern landscapes, there is a focus on site specificity, ecology, and sustainability. In considering modern concerns, landscapes should be sustainable, not only in apparent superficial concerns of materiality and tangible consumption and output, but sustainable in less tangible ideas, such as process. The Fresh Kills landfill of Staten Island presents a conflict that is indicative of modern issues. As one of the largest landfills in the world, it's an example of man-made ecology with adverse effects on the environment. The proposed solution involves a 30-year redevelopment in which 4 mounds of landfill are covered to create a new landscape of program, habitat, and circulation. Instead of a process and design that commits to a static and predetermined course, the project favors, quote, an intricate layering of multiple flows through sites. The project is also sustainable in how flexible it is to programmatic needs. It is structured in a way that predicts and embraces change in use. Additionally, its long-term completion time frame is set specifically to allow gradual process that collects data to better its output. Efficiency is another characteristic of landscape urbanism. Elevated on an abandoned railroad on Manhattan's west side, Highline Park makes use of existing infrastructure to create usable public space. Stretching 1.5 miles, the park includes sustainable practices in its materials and inclusion of vegetation. Landscapes can be deeply affected and shaped by political and social agendas. The Favela Barrio project confronted the issue of dense and impoverished living conditions of Rio de Janeiro. Instead of approaching it with a top-down attitude, the solution preserves the cultural identity of the megacity by transforming the existing infrastructure rather than destroying it. Improving circulation, creating healthier and more sanitary living conditions, and providing basic needs such as potable water and electricity are a few of the ways in which the landscape of the city was changed to improve the social environment.
Opportunities to improve living conditions in artificial environments are currently being developed. Thus, it is important to consider creating sustainable systems within nature as opposed to building around nature. A recent innovation within the architectural field is using materiality and integration of systems in ways that can also improve health as well as societal living. This alone is a key factor to improving the way people interact with the buildings that surround them and creating a healthier world. An example of these integrative strategies include the De Young Museum, which uses the roots of a green wall to regulate the circulation of clean air. Both Toyo Ito's Sendai Mediatek and Frank Lloyd Wright's Johnson Wax Building utilize the integration of a structural system with a natural lighting system. These allow for both space and any specific light qualities in the building. The integration directly links structure to a daylighting system, and in the case of Sendai Mediatek, circulation and airflow are unified as well. The Pearl River Tower also uses a structure that can change the direction of wind to create more wind energy for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems. These connective strategies are crucial to understanding the role architects play in the ecological dynamism of the 21st century. Furthermore, speculatory environmental systems as surface conditions are being explored in modern architectural innovations and will begin to pave the way for a cleaner and more interactive society. According to the article on EDDS, or Electroactive Dynamic Display Systems, by Anna Dyson and Bess Kredemeyer, these are materials that have the ability to maintain and adapt, found at the nanoscale. These can be described as a bottom-up materiality, such as materials that are interactive and give feedback to the user. Architects should take the opportunities nature gives us, such as renewable energy, daylight, or resources from the terrain itself. While most recognize the need for improved environmental practices in areas like slums, ideas such as EDDS are not necessarily anticipatory. This also poses the same questions found in megacities and underdeveloped human living conditions. How do people living in impoverished areas deal with their surrounding environment, and how can they be improved through ways of utilizing natural resources? Similarly, is there an affordable option to EDDS or similar skin conditions that create a healthier and more enjoyable setting? According to McDonough and Braungart's Cradle to Cradle, it is imperative that architects must design in a way that respects all levels of diversity and consider all aspects of the project. So, are EDDS, solar facades, and dynamic daylighting systems to be used in place of windows realistic or feasible? Do the benefits outweigh the cost? Yes, they are innovative, but with these may come even more problems where materiality is concerned.
Humans are recognizing that their impact on the world will consequently affect them in the future. Understanding the cycle of man and nature will help humans live in balance and harmony with nature surrounding them. As architects, we must work with nature and remain conscious about how we are leaving our ecological footprint on history and society as a whole.